Right, in news just coming in for the Indian team selection for the T20 series, the five-match T20I series versus South Africa. There are going to be some major changes, and the big news is that the likes of Rohit Sharma, who's also the regular captain of the Indian team, both in white ball as well as red ball cricket, Virat Kohli, KL Rahul, Jasprit Bumrah, Rishabh Pant, all these big names that have formed the core of the Indian team, most of them are going to be rested for the five-match T20I series that is going to start from the 9th of June and will be played across the country. For this particular series, these top names will be rested, which will then give them a period of close to 3.5 weeks of rest, because what the BCCI wants is all these players who've had a very hectic IPL, and especially these players who've been continuously playing all formats, they should be fresh and available for the one-off test match to be played against England. Remember, that was that final test of the series that was left midway, so that's going to be a crucial test match. India leading that test series, so they would like to at least draw that test match or even go for a win so that they have a series win under their belt. So that is going to be very crucial and paramount for the Indian team. And then there are also going to be limited over matches in England. They're playing T20s as well as ODIs, as well as two T20Is will be played against Ireland. We don't know what team would be sent for those particular limited over matches. But for the England leg of the tour, the BCCI wants all its top players to be 100% fit. So the big news then at the moment is Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, KL Rahul, in all likelihood Jasprit Bumrah, Rishabh Pant. These are the names that will be rested for the five-match T20I series to be played immediately after the IPL gets over. 9th is when it's starting. So what happens in those games? Who comes in? So what we are also learning is that the core of the team, which had been playing the series against Sri Lanka as well as West Indies, the core of the Indian team will continue there. While many people may argue about forms of X and Y players in the IPL, I don't think a lot of that would be taken into account. So most players that were part of that setup of the Indian team versus Sri Lanka as well as West Indies, those players will continue to get a chance for the Indian team as well. Which is why you'll have all the bowlers that got the opportunity and the batsmen that got the opportunity at that time to continue. Who's going to captain then in Rohit Sharma's absence? The name of Shikhar Dhawan is doing the round, that he could be that one guy who could lead. The other one who's really impressed everyone with his captaincy is Hardik Pandya. So it's quite possible that Hardik Pandya be given that responsibility of leading the Indian team. Remember, fast bowlers, and that is an area where you're going to be looking at who to bring in. Of course, the ones that were regular, someone like a Harshal Patel who was part of the team, or Bhuvneshwar Kumar who was part of those series that I spoke about, Sri Lanka and West Indies. They are also going to continue. Kuldeep Yadav, who was part of that series as well before the IPL started, they are also going to continue as well in the series versus South Africa. But there could be a few new faces who come in. I know most would be talking about someone like Umran Malik. Could he be the guy who comes in if someone like a Jasprit Bumrah, as is being reported, does rest? Could you look at an Umran Malik? Well, in that race, what we're beginning to figure out and learn is that in all likelihood, someone like Mohsin Khan, the left-arm fast bowler, he's going to be a front runner, the one that has impressed the selectors a lot, the way he's been bowling for his team, the Lucknow Super Giants in the IPL. So he's one bowler that everyone has their eyes on. He could be that one guy who comes in. That is not to say that others who have not impressed, the other one could be Arshdeep Singh, who's been outstanding not just in this IPL but previous seasons as well. Yes, Umran Malik is exciting, but as we pointed out earlier, it is quite possible that Umran could be looked at in the red ball format before you play him in the white ball format. For all you know, he may even get selected in the squad but may not get a chance. So ahead of Umran would be the likes of Arshdeep and Mohsin Khan. So those could be the few bowlers that come in case some of the regular ones, as I mentioned, like Jasprit Bumrah, are rested. So So that's what we're beginning to gather at the moment as far as the Indian team is concerned for the South Africa T20I series, 5 T20I series. The team will actually be selected on May the 22nd, that is much before the IPL final. But in all likelihood, as I mentioned, all the top players in Rohit Sharma, in Virat Kohli, Rishabh Pant, most likely, Jasprit Bumrah, KL Rahul, all of them are going to be rested. So your captaincy candidate then are Shikhar Dhawan or Hardik Pandya that the selectors could go with. May 22nd is the big day. We'll of course keep bringing you all the live updates as and when that selection happens. Thanks so much for watching at the moment.